Welcome to the Tunabudget podcast, your source for insights into financial wellness. Today we're diving into money between family members. There's a better way. At Tunabudget.com, home of the Tunabudget worksheet plan and candid conversation memos, we offer resources that simplify budget life planning. We encourage discussions about real-life challenges affecting our finances. Don't forget to submit your candid conversation memo at Tunabudget.com. Let's get started. Money between family members. There's a better way. Borrowing and lending money between family members is a no battle. Most of the time, if there's a request to borrow money from another family member, it's because of some sort of need, right? Those needs might include financial assistance due to a reduction in income, an illness, or some other situation. On those occasions, there's a simple and straightforward solution. First, don't borrow and don't lend money from or to another family member for such needs. Does this sound a little bit cruel? Maybe, but there's actually a better way to handle such things. But again, the solution is not lending and borrowing any kind of a relationship between siblings or family members. When a need arises, you actually have an opportunity. So offer assistance with no repayment expectations. The better solution is that when such temporal needs arise, and they surely will, you should step up and be the first to offer assistance, free assistance, generous assistance, to the extent you can, with absolutely no lending or borrowing arrangement between the family members, period, ever. If you are the one in need, it's okay to communicate openly about your basic needs so that others are at least aware that there's even a need in the first place. It's also okay to ask for assistance. If there's a need in the extended family, look at it as your opportunity to provide loving and free assistance to another family member. Then freely give the assistance if you can or want to. If you are unable to do so or don't want to assist at the time, then it will be what it will be. Extended family members have not only an opportunity to assist family members, but a moral obligation to do so as well. They're family, and you have a duty to help out if possible, okay? Generous assistance is gifting with no repayment expectations. If you end up giving money or resources to a family member in need, consider it as a total gift. Be sure to communicate this with the family member and make certain there is no expectation of repayment whatsoever. Family members need to all understand that you have each other's back. How about when a gift is repaid by another gift? Now, life generally doesn't keep one down forever, right? People recover and often rebound stronger than ever before. And when that time comes for the family member that was gifted assistance, there's nothing that says that this person couldn't offer his own gift back to the family member who gifted it to him in the first place. It's entirely likely that the new gift would not be accepted because the original gift was just that, a gift. Gifts are not to be repaid, even with new gifts to replace the original gifts. They probably want the original gift to remain as a gift so that they can enjoy the sweet memory of love. The so-called repayment of the first gift could be potentially used to pay it forward, rather, right? To the next family member in need, as needs always seem to arise. What about when family is not close? When people are not united together as siblings? An attitude change can fix that immediately. Maybe you're saying that your family really isn't all that close, and that's sad. And there are countless opportunities to extend love and brotherhood or sisterhood to a sibling. Family shouldn't have contentious relationships. There's no good reason to do so because any situation can be fixed. Eventually, certainly. Obviously, something was said or done to offend another family member, or maybe it had something to do with money or items of value. Of course, it doesn't have to be that way, right? Everybody knows that. In a bad family situation, if you wanted or desired to have a close family, how could all this talk of generously giving or gifting make any sense? You may be right. Further, let's say no one is even talking to each other, let alone willing to help each other. But again, do you want to have close family ties? or help the whole family become close? What is it that you want? Maybe you like getting bogged down in the weeds in being right and wanting to perpetuate family problems. Seriously? There's no need to go there with all this drama. Just let it go. If you do, maybe using a sharing opportunity for a family member in need could be a great start. So change yourself and become interested and aware of another family member's needs. There are always needs everywhere, every day. Start to freely give assistance to those needs without being asked, and with heartfelt, compassionate, true love that you have in your heart. To have this attitude change, it can quickly start with 3 small words. You gotta wanna. This phrase I got from one of my children who called out an older child sibling who just needed to try a little harder. You gotta wanna. A great observation and statement. Attitudes can be changed out there, okay? So just change your attitude with a bit more, you gotta wanna. Family front doors will open to many wonderful, loving family relationships. If you don't wanna, your heart will never be opened, and you'll get what you want and frankly deserve. But you'll miss out on a rich, happy, and even joyful experience of life. And life is just too short. You gotta wanna, so go do it. Set the gift expectation standard with all family members. Choose to make your family closer. Teach each other that in your family you have each other's back. Tell them that family loans do not exist, and there never will be loans between family members. Or don't give them money at all. If you want to give someone money, there are no strings attached, never whatsoever. There are no expectations of repayment, no promissory notes. If there's a desire to repay, just tell them to pay it forward when another need arises in the family, if they'd like. They all need to know that a gift is a gift, because gifts are really a blessing from one's heart. It becomes a blessing because of the person giving the gift is making a sacrifice on behalf of someone else in need. And because you had the resources to give it in the first place, right? You made the gift out of love and sacrifice. It's a real blessing in your own life to have been able to share and express your love for a family member. There was never any expectation of repayment in the first place when it was given. It certainly was never alone. Just let it be and smile, be happy, enjoy the blessing. This short ad is sponsored by the Debt Crisis Problem Podcast. Attention listeners, please join us at Tunabudget.com to tune into the Debt Crisis Problem Podcast, where in plain English we discuss the 20 risks that could soon fuel a serious economic downturn. We explore these critical risks and offer practical insights for navigating financial uncertainty. Join us for thought-provoking discussions that encourage transparency and more awareness. Subscribe now to stay informed and be ready for whatever comes next. Internal investments is still discouraged with no strings attached should something go wrong. Now, what if there's some other non-need, right, but investment opportunity, and you want to borrow money from a family member? Most of the time this will still be discouraged, but some thought and consideration should also be given for the deal, as both stakeholders may have something to gain. But there is risk here. For example, what happens if monies were exchanged between family members and the investment fails to materialize due to some unexpected event? Say the monies cannot be repaid according to the expected terms or the venture fails. People's feelings can be hurt quickly, and it could lead to ill will towards each other, as it so often is the case. So it may be best for the person who is willing to invest or lend money to lend it free of any repayment terms altogether. What, you say? Yes, you heard it right. Go ahead and consider making a deal and even talk about the repayment terms, etc. But just realize that if something bad happens, you are perfectly happy to walk away and let it go if you don't get repaid or if there's no return on the investment. Basically, if you're not willing to just forget about being repaid if it doesn't work out, it might be best to not make a deal or lend the money in the first place. Of course, if you invest in the deal, your investment is at risk as you're on your own anyway. The last thing anyone wants is to injure a family relationship. No amount of money is worth doing that. Best to keep investments between family members out of the picture altogether. Again, absolutely no ill will between family members, regardless of the situation. When family members have needs, freely step up and provide direct or even anonymous assistance. It is simply the right thing to do, or an opportunity to do the right thing. There should be no loans between family members. If you don't have the money to help, then don't offer any. As for repayment, if an opportunity comes later to repay the gift, feel free to offer the same, but it probably won't be taken because it was a loving gift in the first place. On investment or business opportunities, make sure if you lose your money, it's completely forgiven in the first place. Things happen, and no amount of money is worth any ill will between family members. I have 3 candid questions I'd like to share with you, okay? Is your family close enough, including your siblings, that you are aware of their financial well-being, at least generally, if not specifically? And any needs that are there? Are you sufficiently self-reliant such that you might have the wherewithal to offer free financial assistance to a family member should the need arise? Are you willing to offer your assistance as a gift to a family member with no strings attached or any expectation of repayment? Thank you for joining us. Today we explored money between family members. There is a better way, highlighting the importance of open conversations in financial wellness. We want to hear from you at Tunabudget.com, so submit your candid conversation memo and share your insights. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe for future podcasts. Until next time, visit Tunabudget.com for your free Tunabudget worksheet plan, the most powerful budget worksheet plan in the world, yours. Thanks again.